Another question coming in on Twitter is, do we need new poverty programs? What kind of poverty programs are you in strong support of?
Jobs. A job is the solution to poverty for individuals, for the country. We need to get America back to work. So the bill that I introduced yesterday, I'd like to talk about, if I may, is called the NEED Act, the National Employment Emergency Defense Act, that would put the Fed back, it would put the Fed under Treasury, so it wouldn't have this ability to be able to give $1.2 trillion to banks secretly. Bloomberg News found out about it and unearthed it. That this financial game wouldn't be an end game in itself, and that the government would at last take back the power it gave away in 1913 to be able to invest directly to create the jobs. Just think about this, John. If we'd be borrowing money from banks when the Constitution of the United States gives the power to coin money or create money to the Congress, and we ought to, as a government, be investing in our own country. We should not have to go to China to borrow money and invest in America. We should create the wealth in our own country. There shouldn't be any level of unemployment here. We should be able to get America back to work, and this is something I've got the bill in. I introduced it yesterday.
As I understand, the bill would essentially dismantle the Federal Reserve, correct, and move it under Treasury, and do away with the bond market, correct?
Well, no, it would create a separate monetary authority. People could still, invest in various private projects that have to do with the bond market. This isn't about eliminating the bond market by any means, but it is a way of creating millions of good-paying jobs, of paying off the national debt, of reducing federal deficits, of ending the fiscal crisis, and having the dollar be a stable currency. But the Fed right now is out of control. The Fed stood on the sidelines while a bubble was building, and banks were pyramiding their assets. And then when it collapsed, what did they do? They went to the taxpayer and they said, bail us out. Well, we still have banks that are too big to fail. We still have banks that are not loaning money or helping people stay in their homes. They're standing by not standing by, they're pushing and accelerating the number of foreclosures so that they can clear out the housing market to set the stage for another boom-bust cycle. I reject that. We should have had mortgage modification in the works right from the beginning. We need to save American homes, but we need to do something else. Give people a chance to have a job so they can make their mortgage payment. Give people a chance to have a job so they can make their car payments and send their child to school so they don't have to worry about their own economic security. But our government hasn't been doing that. It's been letting a central bank play games with other banks so that banks can get bigger, they can do their mergers and acquisitions, but then to hell with Main Street. Well, that's not to me, and it's time that we had a government that really stood for the American people and didn't permit these banks to be running the country for their own benefit.
Let's get some reaction to that. John, as a Republican,